Hello, Cancers, and welcome to this, your very first reading of 2024. For those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. A couple of quick announcements. Right now, I still have my annual special on sale. This is a special that I offer only once per year, and the reason I only offer it once per year is because it is a 13-card reading giving you an overview of what to expect, what energies are going to influence you each month in 2024. I'll post a link in the description below for the 13-card special reading. Now, for those of you who may live in one of the countries where your currency is stronger than the Canadian dollar, this is an absolutely fantastic deal for you guys. It is $90 for a 1-hour call with me live. This is not pre-recorded. This is not an email that I'm going to send out to you. You will be live on the call with me for 1 hour, $90 Canadian. It doesn't matter where you are coming to me from, whether you come to me from the UK, the EU, the United States, Australia, it's $90 Canadian. So, like I said, description in the link below. Let's get on with your reading. Now, Cancer, what else? Yeah, one more announcement. Happy New Year. Now, there is some controversy with regards to the current calendar that the world observes, and that perhaps it's incorrect and we are missing an entire month and so on and so forth. And I am very informed and aware of this. Unfortunately, I don't have the power to change the powers that be so that they can see things from our perspective, but it is what it is. So Happy New Year in our current calendar. Okay, Cancer. Now, the last time that I did a reading for you for the last half of December, the cards indicated that you were working on some accountability issues and taking more responsibility for your life, for your actions, etc. So, let's see what the cards are indicating for us, for you, for the first half of January 2024. Ha! I said it and I didn't screw it up. Okay, looks like there's some new beginnings and an awakening into consciousness here. We have the Ace of Swords, not eight, Ace of Swords coming out for you for where you are at now. Now, where you are at now is at the very end of December, this Ace of Swords representing consciousness and moving into expanding your mind and expanding your awareness. This is beautiful, Cancer, and I can tell you that some of the other zodiac signs have already jumped into this greater awareness and this greater consciousness, expanding their minds. And some of the zodiac signs are not even showing indications that they're heading in this direction yet. So you are kind of directly in the middle here, Cancer, which is beautiful. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some cards coming up for you that indicate that there is also an opportunity for you in 2024 to step up and step into the role of mentor. That seems to be the direction that the cards are taking a lot of the zodiac signs as they awaken into this awareness and into this consciousness. Now, this is about recognizing that many of us have had blinders on. And I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories or anything else here. This is about the fact that many of us have lived our lives knowing the way things are presented to us in the physical realm, understanding that the television, TV, tells us that things are a certain way, that our parents tell us that things are a certain way. And yet, when we have a spiritual awakening, as is indicated by this card for you, Cancer, we all of a sudden see that, hey, wait a minute, but things are done a little differently on the other side of the planet. They're not done this way, the way that we've been raised. There are certain belief systems that we awaken to, including going from monotheism to a multi-theism, believing in one single God versus believing in multiple gods, or having believed in multiple gods and moving into a monotheism where you believe in only one God thereafter. So there's all these things that happen when we have a spiritual awakening into a different consciousness, and it looks different for every person. Okay. And I'm not implying in any way, shape, or form, Cancer, that one is right and one is wrong. What I am saying is that you are having this huge, huge awakening at this time and realizing that certain things are not as they originally seemed or appeared. And that, when you accept it, is beautiful. When you struggle against it, can be like putting on an itchy sweater. So let's see what else is coming up for you in the early period of 2024. Where are we going for what you are focusing on? I think we're going to go over here to the fairies. What are the Cancers focusing on moving into the beginning of January 2024? We've got one card that has jumped out for you. Oh, and some more. And that card is not going to come out. I am going to pull it out. I'm just going to put it, actually, there's two of them there. They're stuck together. I'm going to put them on top. Let's see whether we actually need to read those or not, because they didn't actually jump out, but they were definitely skewed on the deck as I was dealing. Okay, we have the 10 of Autumn that has come out for you, the 4 of Winter, and we have the Prince of Winter. Interesting that you are getting so many swords. You had the Ace of Swords here, and now you have the 4 of Swords and the Prince of Swords over here, also known as the Knight of Swords. So the 10 of Autumn. The 10 of Autumn corresponds to the 10 of Pentacles. And this is a card, Cancer, that's indicating that as you move into 2024, you're being called upon to make sure that your finances and your preparations for the future are in order. This is what you might call a preparedness card, okay? Making sure, and this is not formal financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not allowed to give you formal financial advice. This is generally accepted common sense that if you have money, finances, and so on, make sure that you are putting them in what is a safe and secure environment. In the past, that was always banks, possibly mutual funds, possibly T-bills, whatever the case may be, whatever you are comfortable with. And I'm not suggesting that banks, mutual funds, T-bills are where you should be putting your money now. I'm not giving you formal recommendations about where you should put your money. Whatever is best for you, that's what this card is indicating, is prepare for the future. I know in my animal deck, the 10 of Pentacles is represented by the squirrel. In other words, the squirrel runs around for months and months and months on end, collecting up nuts and hiding them all over the place so that when the long winter comes, that squirrel has food throughout the winter. And that's essentially what this card is saying to you, Cancer, right now. As you move into January, make sure you are being like the squirrel when it comes to your money, and make sure that you are squirreling away enough money for the future into safe havens. You have the 4 of Winter here, also known as the 4 of Swords. This is the card that loosely corresponds to the Hermit in the Major Arcana. Now, the Major Arcana, of course, are the cards that shout at us, hey, you need to do this. This card is a little bit more subtle. It's a quiet suggestion of perhaps it is time to go find a little hole in a tree or in nature, withdraw from society, withdraw from the hustle and bustle, and take time for yourself. Especially, Cancer, if you are in the process of a spiritual awakening awakening into a deeper consciousness and a deeper awareness, you are probably going to have to take more time for yourself in the coming days, weeks, and months. And you have the Prince of Winter here. The Prince of Winter is a card of act quickly and decisively. This is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords comes riding in on his horse, his sword raised up with the intention of taking action now. Act passionately, clearly, and concisely at this time, Cancer. Let's move into difficult influences and challenges for you. Difficult influences and challenges at this time for Cancer. What's coming as a difficult influence or challenge? Okay, we've got one card flipped out. Also, for those of you who are not aware, I do not edit my videos. So if it seems a little funny at times or silly or whatever, so be it. All right. So in your difficult influences and challenges, interesting. Okay. You have the Five of Pentacles in your difficult influences and challenges. Five of Pentacles is the card that kind of indicates, and you already have the Ten of Pentacles here. This card was saying, make sure you're squirreling away enough for the future. And now you have the Five of Pentacles coming in your challenges. Five of Pentacles may indicate that you are struggling to find the money to put away for this Ten of Pentacles, that you're kind of looking in one direction and another direction, and you're not really sure about your finances. It can be a card that's kind of the Five of Pentacles can be a difficult card, let's say that. When it comes to our finances, it's about us struggling with finding our direction as to how we're going to increase the abundance that we have or need in our lives. You have the Four of Cups here. Now, the Four of Cups is the card of in our relationships, we are looking to make a change in the dynamic of our relationships. Now, this is not a card indicating that there is a breakup or a termination in a relationship, but it is a card indicating that we are questioning something that's happening in one of our close relationships, and we need to open communication again. Okay. And you also have the Sun in your difficult influences. What is this card telling me? It's telling me, Cancer, that at this time you're having difficulty really embracing life and seeing the positive side. There is a silver lining in almost everything that we experience, but sometimes we have our blinders on and we have trouble seeing the positive side of things. Remember, overall, this is a positive reading. There is a spiritual awakening into deeper consciousness here. You're putting money away for the future. You're going to take more time for yourself and self-care as well. You're going to be in a place where you're going to be taking some action. But these particular cards are in your difficult influences. And the Sun coming up in difficult influences, Cancer, really is saying, hey, you know what? There is positivity. And when you recognize that there's positivity in everything that we see and do, there is an opportunity to bring more of that in. We do speak to that aspect that things will multiply where we put our attention, right? Where attention goes, energy flows, as Joe Dispenza says, give credit where credit's due. Of course, that's his mantra. And if we're putting energies into saying, oh, I'm so tired, oh, the long winter's night, oh, all of this, then what the universe is hearing, oh, they must want more of that, right? And so this Sun card coming up in your difficult influences is basically saying, if you're waking up each morning and reinforcing, oh, I'm tired, then your body is going to listen and go, yes, you're tired. But if you wake up in the morning and go, okay, we're one day closer to spring, the universe says, yes, you are. So let's get through today. Let's soldier on and let's get through today. And you see how that's a completely different energy that gets put out there for your body to be able to react to. And that's essentially what this card is saying from your difficult influences, is that it's about your perspective. If your perspective is negative, then you will multiply negativity. If your perspective is positive, you will multiply positivity, Cancer. So let's look to multiplying positivity at this time. The next cards that we're going to pull are messages that the universe wants you to hear at this time. All right. What message does the universe want Cancer to hear right now? Let go of ego. Let go of your ego. You know what? How do you move into this deeper, wider awareness and deeper, wider consciousness quickly and easily? Anyone who has gone through any type of spiritual awakening, who has taken their blinders off and can see that life is not a straight, narrow path and that there's lots of twists and turns and lots of lessons in it. Anyone who has experienced that will tell you, if you come from a place of ego, this awakening can be quite difficult. When you let go of your ego, all of a sudden lessons come into us. Everything becomes more easy, more simple. And so let go of your ego. What a beautiful card for you, Cancer. All right, we're going to move into what is unexpected. I do have another new deck. It is a mini deck because I am a traveler, so I have to be able to put my decks in suitcases and purses and so on. All right, tapping into Cancer for unexpected. Unexpected for Cancer moving into January. Oh, we have almost half the deck has come out. So we're going to finish going through and we're going to take a smaller portion of the deck and all right. Oh, and that one is on the floor. Okay. Okay. We have two cards that have come out for you for your unexpected, Cancer. And we have more pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles yet again. Five of Pentacles is about worrying about money, worrying about the future. And as I already mentioned, where your attention goes, energy flows. If you are in worry about the future, you are going to manifest more of that. So let's change this around. Let's let go of ego. Let's move into this greater consciousness. Let's recognize and acknowledge, Cancer, that we do have the capacity and the ability to manifest more and live in abundance, because we move into the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is about being rewarded for the work that you are putting out there. Sure, this card has the side or the aspect to it that you need to put in the hard work. But when you put in the hard work, you also reap the benefits. How does that saying go? That saying is being downloaded right now for me. As you sow, so shall you reap. Okay. So essentially, with having the Five of Pentacles come out twice for you, okay, it's an indication that your thoughts are headed down one Y in the road, and you need to jog out of that Y and go into the Y of abundance, into that path and that journey of abundance is my divine right. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm having this deep download for you right now, Cancer. This is going to be really important because it's going to tie your whole reading together. With the Eight of Pentacles, let go of ego, the Five of Pentacles coming in twice. Your lesson for this month and moving into 2024 is: abundance is your divine right, provided that you seeking abundance, you are not seeking abundance from a place of ego. We are taught that it's not okay to be rich because rich people are all coming from a place of ego. But this is your lesson, Cancer, that abundance is everyone's divine right. It's how you use the abundance that is truly, truly important. Sure, if your sole purpose is to accumulate a lot of abundance for the purposes of lauding that or holding that over other people, and you're coming from this place of ego that I'm better than you because I have more money, then absolutely the universe is going to throw you into the Five of Pentacles over and over and over again. But when you recognize that abundance is everyone's divine right, not just yours, it's everyone's divine right. And when you recognize and acknowledge that there is, in fact, enough abundance for everyone, and this lesson of lack that we have received from those up here, from the cabal and from the elite and from those in power and from the rich people, who those people are coming from abundance and ego. But when you let go of ego, when it comes to abundance and money, and you recognize that it's everyone's divine right to have it, and that there is enough, and that Mother Earth upon which we live is an abundant place. The only reason it doesn't appear to be an abundant place is because there is a group of people who are holding a lot of abundance solely for themselves because they're coming from the place of ego. If even one person from the group that is currently holding the vast majority of the abundance on this planet, if they were to divide their abundance equally amongst every single solitary citizen upon this planet, it would be such a better place to live. It would be a beautiful, abundant, amazing world to live in. And that is your work. With this Eight of Pentacles, that is your work, is to spread that message that there is enough, that abundance is everyone's divine right, and there is enough to go around, providing that we are not all coming from ego and trying to hoard that abundance. That's your message. That's your lesson in 2024, Cancer. Beautiful message. I hope that you're going to be able to get it out there. And with this consciousness awakening, I believe that you will be able to get that message out there. Now, let's pull your final cards. Where are we going? I'm getting called over here, over here. All right. Final message for Cancer for their first reading of 2024. Yeah. That card really, really flew. I'm going to have to pick it up off the floor. Okay. So we do have 3 cards for you. I'm going to pick them up in the order in which they came out. Okay, we have the 10 of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups. And we have the 5 of Cups. All right, Cancer. The 10 of Swords is a card about feeling like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. There was just this huge download about this lesson and this message that Cancers are going to be going out and spreading to the world about abundance. And now, as you're moving through January, you're going, oh, how am I going to do that? How am I going to change the world? Well, you're going to change the world with some of the decisions that you're going to be making, right? That's what the 7 of Cups is about. And this is going to be decisions that you're going to have to make from a very emotional place. Make the decision from your heart, and moving into the 5 of Cups as well. Now, the 5 of Cups is a card as well about decisions. Now, the Five of Cups is the card that I like to call the spilled milk card. This card doesn't depict it as well as some other cards, as far as a visual depiction of it, but the Five of Cups in the traditional tarot shows a character standing and he is crying over three spilled cups. Oh, it's so horrible. Three spilled cups. And yet, directly behind the character on the card, there are two cups that are still full and abundant and plentiful. Okay. So, what this card is saying, Cancer, is change your perspective. In fact, this card, the 10 of Swords, is also saying change your perspective. Turn your back on, right? This character is walking away from something. Turn your back on the old way of thinking about things. And when you do, you can see the abundance. And you can see that this reading is, I can feel it, Cancer. I can feel it. That a lot of you, so many of you are like, oh my God, she's just blowing smoke and this is hooey and whatever. It's not, it's reality. And you're being called upon right now to change your perspective, change how you're seeing things. See things from this perspective, from a more awakened consciousness. Throw off those blinders, Cancer. Because when you do, you are going to see the abundance, and you're going to see that when you don't come from ego, when you don't come from that space of mine, you can see the abundance that's out there. Okay? Don't cry over three spilled cups when there's two more right behind you that are overflowing, Cancer. That's what this is all about. Don't cry over the past. Look to the present and look to the future and know that there's the abundance there. All you have to do is turn around and change your perspective. All right, Cancer, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. And as well, just a reminder, if you are interested in that 13-card reading, time is running out to be able to book your appointment. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much, everyone.